India news hour. The current dynamic situation has helped accelerating the digital transformation journey. The technology landscape at the global level has seen a relatively less impact by the COVID pandemic if one were to consider the various tech acquisitions that have taken place in 2020. We have seen the bigger companies buying out the competition, and in some cases they are going for the promising startups to face the competition and in some cases add to their AI prowess. There are some acquisitions including AMD buys Xilinx, Nvidia acquires Mellanox and ARM, FireEye's acquisition of Response Software, Microsoft buys CyberX and Softomotive, Apple's acquisition of Vininix and Xnor.ai, Intel acquires MoveIt and Converge.io, VMware acquires Nyansa, Accenture's acquisition of Byte, Cisco's acquisition of Thousand and Eyes, Tech Mahindra acquires Zen3 Info Solutions, and the most recent Salesforce acquiring Slack. All these acquisitions are valued to cross a few $1 trillion opportunities. Essentially, companies are creating value through their acquisitions. The growth was so impressive that many large OEMs accept that they are now reaching the pre-COVID situation. The current dynamic situation has accelerated digital transformation across sectors and scale, and enterprises have embraced emerging technologies in order to stay afloat through successive lockdowns and times of social distancing. Enterprises that were better prepared to implement technology-led solutions at a fast pace were able to maintain business continuity, staying agile, face disruption, and quickly reinvent themselves. Overnight, the pace of digital transformation accelerated, and what once took years is now being accomplished in weeks or even days. Cybersecurity burnout and job fatigue are both a reality, and they are a growing, troubling problem that our industry is facing on a daily basis. When compounded with the current cybersecurity skills shortage and the constantly growing threat landscape, burnout is amplified. Let's look into today's headlines in India. Cybercriminals are doing the most organized crime and becoming more dangerous. Cybercriminals are behaving much more like businesses than they used to. The recent threat report of Sophos says right now ransomware is particularly worrying. Once a ransom of $600,000 was seen as huge, but now ransoms of $15 million are being reported. No longer are cybercriminals bothering with selling credit card details or data. They are now making their money by doing things such as getting into companies' site and data and then selling that access point. Google to roll out core algorithm update, sources said. Google confirms a core algorithm update starting to roll out on December 3rd, 2020. This is the third core algorithm update of the calendar year. A fair amount of time has passed since the last core updated compared to the average time between these two types of updates. The immediate response from the SEO community to the announcement of this core update is anxiety and panic. Though brushing up on the basics of core updates may help quell some of the concerns. India has the potential of $109 billion opportunity in printed circuit board assembly. A report from India Cellular and Electronics Association, that is ICEA, and EY says printed circuit board assembly, that is PCBA, manufacturing and exports will fast forward the components industry, build ownership of core technology and reduce dependency on China. PCBA exports can be the next great opportunity for India's electronics exports after mobile phones, and appropriate incentives are being recommended in line with the PLI, that is Production Linked Incentive Schemes, announced for mobile phones. Airtel records 3.8 million new subscribers in the month of September 2020. As per the latest data released by the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India (TRAI), Bharti Airtel added a record 3.77 million subscribers in September 2020, beating Reliance Jio by more than 2 times. The consistent approach makes Airtel achieve the business objective. It is picking up pace again when it comes to adding new mobile subscribers, beating Reliance Jio by more than 2 times in September. The limit for contactless card transactions to Rs 5,000 from January 1st. The increase of the limit on contactless card payments from Rs 2,000 to Rs 5,000 is a positive and progressive decision by the RBI. Contactless card transactions and e-mandates on cards and UPI for recurring transactions have enhanced customer convenience in general while benefiting from increased use of technology. These are also well suited to make payments in a safe and secure manner, especially during the current pandemic. This announcement will add to the customer convenience, especially during the prevailing conditions, and further boost the digital payments ecosystem in India. Many say RBI action on HDFC Bank's technical outages. HDFC has been the most tech-savvy bank while approaching customers through various methodologies related to digital banking for important transactions. The latest regulatory action follows a major digital outage reported by HDFC Bank on November 21st when all transactions through HDFC's credit or debit cards, internet banking, UPI, IMPS and other modes of payments failed. The Reserve Bank of India has finally taken the call on HDFC Bank, announced certain supervisory actions following recent outages in the lender's digital banking channels. Free tablets to 9.5 lakh Madrasa students by the West Bengal government. West Bengal CM Mamata Banerjee announced that her government would provide free tablets to higher secondary and Madrasa students in the state. Many needy students failed to attend online classes as their parents cannot afford computers or laptops. They do not have smartphones either, she said. As many as 9.5 lakh students will benefit from this scheme, she added. MobiKwik raises Rs 52 crores led by HT Group. MobiKwik has raised funding of Rs 52 crores led by Hindustan Media Ventures, the investment arm of HT Group, with participation from Infosys co-founder Chris Gopalakrishnan's family office Pratiki. MobiKwik had earlier reported that its net revenue in the financial year 2020 had surged 133% to Rs 379 crores. Now it will use the fresh capital to fuel growth in all key business segments of the firm to bring digital credit to 100 million Indians. UPI transactions to touch a record high 6.5 billion figure in Q4 2020. As per the latest data released by National Payment Council of India, that is NPCI, there has been an increasing number of UPI transactions considering the holiday season ahead. The report shows over 4.27 billion UPI transactions have already taken place in the first 60 days of ongoing Q4 2020. In the next 30 days, factoring that people make a lot more transactions during the holiday season, another 2.3 billion UPI transactions will easily be added in December, taking the total tally to estimated 6.5 billion. The new rule of RTGS will boost the digital payments. The Government of India has defined new RTGS rules for banking customers who largely rely on internet banking for a large sum of transactions. Government of India has been constantly working towards the direction of the digital economy by pushing the adoption of digital payments. The new RTGS rule is another step towards boosting the adoption of digital payments. To conclude, the data era has arrived faster than planned. Many have realized the importance of uncertainty when no one is able to come to office and everyone has to work from home. At the same time, business continuity to be normal. Organizations have accelerated their digital transformation to support a remote workforce and business in a hyper-connected world. Now, more than ever, IT has become the essential engine that propels organizations and humanity forward to meet the challenges and opportunities of our data-centric future. We are seeing how the large industry houses in India are running towards investment into setting up data centers in India on a good faith that India could be the data warehouse of the world. The other side of the coin is time will come India to be overcapacity of the data centers. An expert says if there is so much demand, then the growth has to be at least 200 to 300 times for the present companies into this data center business. The fact is, it is critical to ensure they have more agile, more innovative, more resilient. Equally critical is the simplicity of IT. During COVID-19 situation, cybersecurity professionals were working even more to ensure security of their organizations and employees. This further adds up to burnout. While most of the employees were working from home, has also stretched IT and security departments to the limit as cybercriminals use the vulnerabilities of a distributed workforce to attack companies. Cybercriminals are behaving much more like businesses than they used to. Not only are the tools being used by cybercriminals getting more sophisticated, that is, they are using virtual machines to get past many anti-ransomware tools, but the amount of money that the criminals are extorting is far higher than it used to be. That's it for the day. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. You can also download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.